What's up, drivers? Recently I made one of my worst driving mistakes for quite some time, and today we're going to be analysing it. But we're going to start with the Vauxhall clip from the latest driving etiquette again. I've gotten much better over the years at predicting and preventing instances like these now, but the reason I wasn't able to predict this one before slamming on is because there was absolutely no reason for me to believe that they would emerge. I can see the driver's silhouette on the approach, so I know I'm not hidden behind their A-pillar, and both sides of the road are occupied with active moving traffic. What the hell did their brain tell their feet they had seen? Perhaps they were blinded by the sun and thought, well, if I'm blind, there must be nothing there. So whether this one is a case of poor motor skills, ineffective observations, or likely both, once you mix that with my complacency, this clip shows just how easily a potential crash can happen.
Whoa, what you doing? Genius. Are you gonna fucking back up or what?
Here's another clip I've not shown before, yet is another good example to help me explain my blunder. The driver of the blue Mercedes emerges from the junction when they did because of 3 facts. 1. The cyclist in front of them has emerged with no issues, so surely they must have enough time. Right? 2. In the distance you can clearly see traffic stopped for pedestrians, and 3. They didn't spot me during their observations to the right, assuming they did any. And then you've got me. I remember thinking, well, they haven't followed the cyclist straight out, they've stopped to give way, and I'm currently the only vehicle anyone emerging would need to give way to. They've definitely seen me. Well, they hadn't.
What are you doing?
So this one is partially my fault due to my assumption. A regular factor involved in most of my more hairy mistakes. You can see this car turning out of this junction down the road, so I assumed traffic had stopped for them.
When you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
I look for the gap behind the van to my left, and...
Oh, fuck, sorry.
I assumed...
Ass out of you and me.
I assumed until this point here that she would be crawling out. I assumed he was going to stop and look, not suddenly do his 2-second meth jog right into my path.
Oh shit! The fuck, man!
So now on to the main event. And if we pause here, what would you say if I said you've already seen the vehicle that I cause issues with in this clip and it's not the bus? If we go frame by frame, you can just about see a white van stopped for the pedestrian crossing in these couple of frames here. But that's from the dashcam's perspective, which is seated high in the centre of my car on the passenger side. From my perspective, it felt like the white van came out of absolutely nowhere.
Shit.
Let's take a look from another angle. My rear interior camera. You can see from this footage exactly how I came a split second away from having my first ever crash. My attention and observations were entirely focused on the lads to my right. As far as I was concerned, there was enough time for a double-decker bus to turn in, so surely there was enough time for me, and the street I was crossing to turn looked entirely void of traffic during my approach, an assumption created by me being too close to the bus from the moment I emerged. White Van Man gives me some very deserved unhappy words, and we both continue about our day. This near miss was 100% a result of my personal complacency and thoughtlessly following the vehicle in front of me. There's very little the white van could have done differently. He maybe could have held back further for longer until the bus had cleared for a better view of the road before accelerating. An example where this level of caution would have been necessary is the crash I captured last year. Had the defender held back for just another moment, they may have been seen in time. But this was never the defender's fault, but it's just showing that extra little bit of caution that would have prevented the collision here. I understand that this may sound victim-blamey, but that's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm not trying to deflect any blame from myself, I'm simply exploring this incident from every possible angle to learn as much as I can from it. An identical scenario is the white car in this clip sent by Kaisoft, who make the exact same mistake that I do.
Please say a command.
They were too close to a bigger vehicle, couldn't see the road ahead, and purely trusted that if there was enough time for the Asda van to turn, there must be time for them too. Finally, I have also sent this clip to Ashley Neal, who I'm sure will provide some further insight on top of ripping me a new one, so keep an eye out for this clip popping up on his channel too. If you haven't yet got a dashcam, please head on over to Viofo UK and use my code DCH5OFF for 5% off. Feel free to hit me up on social media or email if you'd like to ask some questions and have me personally recommend you a unit. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace! Because I thought, oh well, a big fuck-off bus has just turned, surely there's nothing there. So where the fuck did he come from? I didn't see anything down that entire street. I don't know about you.